What's up ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. I'm Kat. I'm a brown belt and coach in Bang Muay Thai, a blue belt in in-fight Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm certified to teach yoga. Today's flow, it'll be short, 10 to 15 minutes, just to get the body moving. We're gonna kind of touch on all areas of the body, so let's just get into it. Okay, we'll begin in easy pose, cross-legged position. Ground your weight evenly in your sit bones, and feel free to just sit on your knees. Okay, and we're just going to begin with some wrist circles and some neck circles at the same time. We're all about that multitasking. We're busy people. And going in both directions. Okay, we're gonna take our hands, interlock our fingers and just palms out. It's a nice stretch in the hands, the wrists. Go the other direction, just making sure our wrists are nice and mobile. Okay, from here, hands on your knees, we'll roll our shoulders up and backwards, down away from our ears. And other direction. Inhale your hands to the sky. On your exhale, tilt over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tip over to your left. And we'll just go at our own pace here, using our breath as a guide. Okay, we'll move into our twist. So on your next exhale, left hand to your right knee, twist over to your right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting over to the left. And again, just going at your own pace here. We'll do one more cycle. Okay, from here we are going to go into downward facing dog. So curl your toes, lift your tailbone to the sky. You can pedal out your feet if you want. When you find stillness, feel free to give yourself a generous bend in the knees. We're just going to kind of rock onto our tippy toes and back down, getting a nice stretch in our feet. And come to stillness here. We'll inhale our right leg to the sky, and on our exhale, we're going to bring it outside of our right hand, and we'll sink down into lizard pose here, so you can drop your left knee to the mat, uncurl your toes. And you can stay right here if you want, on your palms. If you're flexible enough, you can come all the way down to your elbows. I'm not there, as you can see. I'm working on it, okay? All right, and then you can stay right here on your feet too, but if you want kind of a different stretch in your hip, you can come up onto the blade of your foot, and it just kind of opens your hip up at a different angle. So it's all up to you, all about what you feel like you need right now. One more nice deep breath. All right, we'll curl our toes, lift that left knee up and press forward, bringing our feet nice and wide, kind of pointed out at an angle. And we'll sink into a yogi squat. If you heard that crack, that was my knee. So yeah, feeling young today. So in this pose, weight is in your heels. And you can use your elbows to get a deeper stretch in your thighs if you want to press your thighs open a little deeper. But try to focus on a nice long spine. So think about opening up your shoulders as well. You don't want to be hunched over. Okay, plant your hands to the mat, straighten your legs, kind of tiptoe your feet in, and we'll just hang out here in forward fold for a couple breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, gaze forward, and exhale back into forward fold. Okay, we'll inhale our hands to the sky, exhale, get a nice back bend, and inhale your hands back up. From here, we're gonna go into warrior one, so you can ground into that right foot, step back with your left foot, pivot that left foot so it's parallel, and then you can keep your hands up in the sky. If you have sore shoulders, feel free to keep your hands at heart center. Okay, most important thing in this pose is making sure that knee is stacked over that ankle and that your knee isn't caving in, you're actively pressing that leg out. On your next exhale, you can sweep your hands behind you, interlock your fingers, and open up your chest. And you can release your fingers, hands back in the air. From here, we're gonna go into warrior three, so ground into that right foot, press off with that left foot, and lift that leg up so that it's parallel to the mat. If you struggle with balance, just find something on the floor in front of you to focus your gaze on. From here, we're going to bring our knee through and up, and then twist over to the left. And you can drop that foot back to the mat and come back to center. From here, you can face the wide part of your mat. Nice wide stance here. If your toes are out at an angle, I just want you to turn them so that they're facing directly forward. We'll inhale our hands up and exhale, hinge forward at the hips for a wide-legged forward fold. So you can either tuck your hands into your elbows or just let them hang under your shoulders. The most important thing here is that you relax your neck. Okay, inhale, flat back, and exhale back into that forward fold, but this time we're gonna crawl our hands in between our legs, pulling our upper torso towards our bottom half. You can bring your hands to your hips and rise all the way back up. From here, we'll turn our toes out so that they're at a 45-degree angle and sink down into goddess squat. So tuck that tailbone, weight is in the heels, nice long spine. Okay, straighten your legs, turn your right foot so that it's straight forward, and then turn your left foot so that it's parallel, arms out into a T, straighten that front leg, and then we'll lower ourselves into triangle pose. Come back up and we'll reverse our triangle. And from here, we'll cartwheel our hands down to the mat and go through our flow. So shift forward, lower yourself 90 degrees, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot outside of your left hand. Drop your right knee to the mat, uncurl your toes. And you can sink into lizard on this side, whether it be just on your hands, come down to your elbows. If you come onto the edge of your foot to open your hip up at a different angle, you're free to do that. This is your practice. I always say choose your own adventure, do whatever you want to do. I'm not your boss. Just a friendly guide, you know? Curl your toes, ground into that left foot, push off with your right foot. Nice wide stance here, sink down into your yogi garland squat here. I'm just gonna move here and move direct sunlight, and if you know any redheads, you know that this direct sunlight is not good for us, so. Plant those hands to the mat, straighten your legs, tiptoe your feet in about hip distance apart, and just relax and forward fold. Just remember, if you feel like getting any motion in here at all, whether it be swaying or nodding or shaking your head, you go right for it. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise for mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, back into mountain. Okay, we're gonna go into warrior one on the left side. So left foot forward, right foot back in parallel. Inhale those hands to the sky. Don't forget to relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. On your next exhale, sweep your hands behind you, interlock your fingers, open up that chest. Release your hands. We're going to go into warrior three now. So ground into that left foot, push off with your right foot, lifting your right leg parallel, extending your arms out in front of you. Just remember, your balance is going to be different on one side than it is on the other. If you fall out, that's okay. Doesn't matter, it's just you, right? I'm not gonna know if you fall out of a position. When I fall out of a position, I just edit that shit out. I'm not perfect. Okay, from here, you're gonna bring that knee all the way through, lifting it up, and then twisting over to the right. And you can set that foot back to the mat, come back to center, turn to the wide side of your mat, toes facing forward. Inhale those hands up and fold forward. Nice wide-legged pose here. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. hands on your hips, rise all the way up, turn your toes out, that they're at that 45-degree angle, and sink into goddess squat. You can keep your hands on your hips if you want, or keep them at heart center, it's up to you. And one more deep breath. And you can straighten your legs, straighten your right toes, turn your left toes out so that they're facing the front of your mat. Straighten that leg, arms out into a T. Lower your left hand to your left ankle for triangle pose. You can look up at your right hand. And lift all the way back up and reverse that triangle. You can wrap your right hand around your lower back or just rest it on your thigh, that's okay too. And from here, we'll cartwheel our hands down to the mat and go through our last flow, shifting forward, lowering for chaturanga, inhaling for upward facing dog, exhaling for downward facing dog. You can drop down onto your knees. We'll just get a nice quick shoulder stretch in. So inhaling that right hand to the sky, exhaling and threading the needle. You can stay right here using your hand to push into the mat to get a deeper stretch. You're free to also extend your left hand overhead. And you can come back up, inhaling that right arm to the sky one more time, and come back to the mat, and we'll go to the other side. Inhale that left arm to the sky. Exhale, threading the needle under your right arm, lowering your forehead and your shoulder to the mat, and pressing into your shoulder to get a deeper stretch. And you can come back up, inhaling that arm to the sky one more time. Oh, sorry, plant. All right, from here you can just come onto your knees for hero pose, or you can sit in easy pose. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I love to hear how yoga is helping you with your training. Like, do you feel more flexible? Are you having less like shoulder pain, less lower back pain? I love to hear it. I like hearing that the people who are doing my classes or my videos are seeing a benefit from it. So, if you aren't subscribed yet, come on and enjoy the dojo. What are you doing? It's fun here. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Os.